We are here with Luann de Lesseps from Bravo's Love Hotel, which is such a fun show. I'm obsessed with it. I think we need like 10 seasons of this.
Right.
And I was so excited to hear that you'd be on it. How much convincing did it take you to sign up for this? And did you ever watch any, love reality shows, dating reality shows before?
The Golden Bachelor, I got into a little bit. My mother likes The Bachelor. My mother's 96, so she's living vicariously through all the women, right? And the guys. So I love the love connection. Remember the dating game. Remember there was all these dating shows, which I've always been a fan of. So when they called me, they're like, "Hey Lou, we're gonna send you away for 3 weeks. We're gonna pay you, of course, and we're gonna find you guys." I was like, "Sign me up." It didn't take me long to decide to go.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Right.
You get paid.
I've been single
for
for a while, so you know what? Perfect.
Well, I have to say there was a great selection of men in Love Hotel, and most of them had no clue about Real Housewives, which I think made it even more fun.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a man who doesn't watch Bravo, or would you rather a guy who kind of knows what he's getting into?
I prefer the guy that doesn't watch me on TV. You know what I mean? Because it's, like I'm getting to know for who I really am. Not that I'm not myself on the show, but you only see a couple minutes to think about each episode. Another girl has a scene, another girl has a scene. Ramona, Sonia, Dorinda. So you don't really get to know me fully, right? So I think a guy, it's important that he hasn't really watched the show because I want him to know me for who I am instead of like Googling me, right? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Don't Google me, just hang out with me for a minute.
Yeah, it's more authentic that way.
Well, and also I think if those guys knew our names, they would have Googled us and, game over, right? They already know way too much about us, right?
Yeah,
so it's an unfair game.
By the beginning of episode 2, you already have 2 men fighting over you, Mark and Jerry.
You're living your best life.
I'm living my best life.
Luann, she's tall and beautiful. And
She has this power, this beauty.
she's got this beautiful head of hair and
Her hair, her makeup.
What did that feel like, and did it surprise you at all? Because it did not surprise me.
Well, I was kind of surprised. I was like, be civilized, boys. You'll get your turn. And, I wasn't mad at it. Let's put it that way. I was flattered that 2 boys were fighting over me. Yeah, totally.
I
I wasn't
blame you.
mad at it.
While chatting with the ladies in this upcoming episode, you seem maybe a little turned off by the idea of a ranch-style house.
Shannon, with your decision like Earl, would finances come into play?
I don't know. It's not at the top.
Really? Are you going to go live in a two-bedroom ranch in the middle of...
It's not. He doesn't live on a ranch. He lives like in a town outside of Atlanta.
No, but I meant a ranch-style house. You know ranches?
What is it about a ranch that just screams red flag?
Well, ranch. Listen, I grew up in a ranch-style house, kind of growing up. Well, actually, it was bigger than a ranch house, but because we had 7 kids in my family, so. But I grew up, very middle class, and but it's just, it's for Shannon, who lives in this glamorous home, right, in Beverly Hills, right, a ranch-style house in Georgia, on the lake. I don't know if Shannon's going to make it in a ranch house. I don't know if Shannon can make it in a ranch-style house, on a lake in the middle of Georgia nowhere.
Well, it did. The conversation kind of led to the bigger theme, which was like, can these men
Keep up
afford
with us.
our lifestyles?
Yeah, exactly.
Can they do it? And
right.
Can
they afford our lifestyle, first of all, and do they have the same lifestyle, right?
Which is important.
It's so important at this age. I mean, we're not, this is 3 times the charm for me, so I'm looking for number 3.
There you go.
And he's not going to live in a ranch-style house.
I know you probably can't say much, but if you could describe your current love life in 3 words, how would you describe it?
3 times the charm. So catch me if you can. There's 6 words, but
Good enough.
catch me if you can.
I love it. What else can you tease about the rest of this season? Anything you're excited for? Anything you're dreading? Anything at all?
I don't dread anything really personally. I think fans can expect to see Housewives in a totally different light, right? We're used to Housewives battling each other, taking each other down. Here we're each other's wingmen, and so it's really nice spin. And we all happen to be Housewives, but it's really the dramas with the boys. And I think the fans are going to love to see that all play out and to see how we help each other navigate. Now, we do get, caught up on Ralph. But you'll see what happens there.
I'm very excited.
Like Andy Cohen will say,
Yeah.
watch what happens.